Alright guys, so today we are going to be looking at the website called PHET. That's phet.colorado.edu. It is sponsored through the University of Colorado Boulder, but I chose this site because I felt that it is the most thorough for encompassing all grade levels from elementary up to university, and it covers all the basic sciences: chemistry, math, physics, and I believe earth science as well. So I'm going to go through just a couple things on this page, requirements for running some of the simulations, what you can expect to get out of it, and we'll just talk about each one a little bit in depth. So before we actually get into checking out any of these simulations, I think a good starting point is going to be looking at compatibility. You want to make sure that you can actually use this website. So my browser is right now through Google Chrome, and I do believe that this requires Flash, Java, and all of that sort of compatibility. So in terms of accessibility, some of these are videos, some of these are interactive images, and we'll go through all of that, but you just want to make sure that you'll be able to use the most amount of this site that you can. So just make sure all your updates are up to date, and you allow the website to access whatever it needs to. You just kind of click OK on any prompts that might come up. I won't be downloading any videos from this for this particular video, but there are a couple that I'll go through so that we can check out user compatibility and some of those things. Now, one of the a great feature for just starting out before you even select any of the interactive models, going through grade level. As you can see, I already mentioned this, but elementary school, middle school, high school, university, you can narrow down conceptually how advanced you want the material to be in terms of what you're working on, either if it's math, chemistry, physics, earth science, biology. So once you select your grade level, I'm not going to select a grade level, but rather just go into a subject matter. So chemistry. I was a geology major. I had to take physics, chemistry, biology, all the sciences, and this gives you a great array of options of things to check out. There was one on acidity, the pH scale. This one was pretty interactive. It's pretty cool. It shows you a lot of the different loads. Gives you a bunch of different solutions. So just water. This is our little meter thing, moves around, and basically we're just looking at different mediums: drain cleaner, hand soap, blood, spit, water, milk, chicken soup, coffee, orange juice, soda, vomit, battery acid. All of these are going to have different associated pH values. So you just click on this little meter thing and your pH reading should come up here. So water should be about neutral, which is about 7. So yes, now we're just going to leave it in here and just go through a couple different ones. Drain cleaner, more basic, a pH of 13. Now let's just do the extreme. Check out battery acid. It's an acid, so it should be, the pH is going to be much lower. So this is great for fundamentals. This is very effective to show, conceptually, to tell somebody that something is acidic is much different than being like, hey, here's this entire list of, things that we probably interact with on a daily basis. Let's check out the acidity of them, and then also what's going to happen when you add water to it or if you dilute it. So we have a pH of 1, which is very acidic. Let's dilute it a little bit and see what happens. Okay, so I've added almost 0.2 liters and the pH has gone up. So let's just keep adding a lot of water so that we can really see what's going on here. Okay, so the most amount of water that we could add brought up the pH about 0.38. So, these are good for really grasping, conceptually what's going on. So that's just some chemistry. Let's go into a physics one here. Okay, so in physics section, we're going to look at some friction. This part is pretty cool. So this is a good one because I feel like kids relate to skateboarding, just especially in like high school or even grade school. It's just a cool way to explain something where it makes the kids are automatically interested in it, being like, oh, this is skateboarding, this is fun. So let's just take we're just going to do kind of like a quarter pipe, and you have all of your options here. You could turn all of these on and really break down what's happening here. So we'll start all the way at the top. So that's a lot. That's a lot going on there. Now, what you're looking at is a breakdown of your energy, kinetic energy, potential energy, and then thermal energy doesn't really have a whole lot to do with this, but this just shows you the usability of this particular model. I think it's really relevant for students because it's the idea behind it of skateboarding, I think, is relatable, and it just shows them kind of a cool concept of how things change in terms of speed, angle, velocity, and it just gives you a good visual for it. I think this one's is pretty good. More interactive model I wanted to take a look at here was in the math area. This would be great for more so middle school kids. I think this is just a very similar, you can either explore or play a game. So that's another positive to it. I think you can really hone in on the skills by doing the actual exercise, and then you can turn it into a game as well. So I think it keeps the kids engaged and promotes them wanting to come back and utilize this resource. So this is just, again, very basic area. You can turn on and off grid lines to break down perimeter. Obviously, okay, an area of 1, so it's taking up 1 space with a perimeter of 4, and you can break that down with the 1 on each side, and then you can just really keep snowballing that idea and make sure that the kids understand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, perimeter 6, and so on and so forth. And you can make all these different shapes, and you can it changes instantly, and I think that that's great for the kids to be able to see, because we're used to that idea of instant gratification, and I also think it keeps them interested in this learning process. In closing, I highly recommend this fet.colorado.edu website. There's some more videos on the website under teaching with some more tips on how to more effectively use the website. You can browse through all the activities. You can share and record your activities and go through different workshops that have already been put on the actual website. So again, to check out this website, it's just phet.colorado.edu.